Now that you've done some work to understand APA's approach to style, we'll continue thinking about evaluating writing conventions and style in particular writing situations. Your next two tasks are centered around the genre of conference abstracts. Remember that one of your two major assignments for this course is a conference style poster presentation. We'll start that project now by mimicking the process of proposing your project to an actual conference. Our focus for this module is on evaluating the writing conventions and expectations of your audience, your genre, and context, and adapting your writing to fit those conventions and expectations. If you aren't familiar with the conference process, it basically goes like this. The conference organizers decide on a focus for the current year's conference and then put out calls for abstracts. Potential presenters submit abstracts as proposals for their projects, and then the conference organizers choose from among those abstracts for the conference presentations. Many conference calls for abstracts will provide a list of detailed guidelines. That's mainly what I've given you in the samples attached to your assignment. When you start looking across several of these calls for abstracts, you'll notice that there are small variances, but that there are also patterns and consistencies. The guidelines will give you a word limit for your abstract. They'll often specify appropriate headings and how authors should be listed. They'll provide categories that your proposed presentation should fit within, and sometimes topics that are relevant to the particular conference. Often they'll give you a sense of the kinds of content they're looking for in the abstract. One of the samples I've given you even provides a specific rubric for how your abstract will be judged. The most important skill you need for writing a conference abstract is a rhetorical perspective. You need to be able to read the call for abstracts, read the provided guidelines and whatever other information is offered to you, and then craft an abstract that meets the expectations of the conference organizers. So that's what you'll be practicing for your next two tasks. You'll first do a genre analysis using the provided abstract guidelines samples. You'll look for patterns, for stylistic consistencies, for areas of variability, etc. This will give you a sense of how these documents are often put together, and hopefully you'll be able to feel a sense of familiarity with how to navigate them. Your second task will be to find a call for abstracts for a relevant conference, a conference that your chosen topic could presumably be a match for. And then you'll write an abstract for your presentation as if you were proposing it to that conference. In our case, you're going to be proposing a project you haven't yet completed. Sometimes that happens with conferences. But your abstract needs to be written as if your project is complete. So this gives you an opportunity to anticipate what you expect the outcomes of your research to be. You're not tied to anything you propose in this abstract. When you create your poster presentation at the end of the course, parts of it may match what you propose here, other parts likely will not. That's okay. What we're doing in this course is practicing these professional forms of writing. So your focus should be on writing a strong abstract, working within the parameters of the call for abstracts that you choose to respond to. If, after you complete the project, you do want to actually send in a conference proposal, then you can revise your abstract at that point to make it match the work that you've done.